am taking away so much information that I didn't have before that like I'll be able to now use. But I just got so much more confident as a surfer. It became so much more fun. And I also feel like I now discovered a place that we have to come back to because it was so fun, which I think that might be the best part of all. And just the people. I mean, I feel like I've just made so many friends from here that I hope that we'll stay in contact with as well. You know, it's crazy because you take people from all over the place, all different abilities, and you throw them into one spot. And I obviously, like, I hoped that we'd all get along, but it's like you're a day in and people start to feel more like friends and family, instructors included, as well as like guests. I honestly thought it made everything 10 times more fun that we were around people that made things so enjoyable. And there was just such a happy energy all the time. Everyone was so excited to do everything and go surfing and all that. So, I mean, it was great. It felt like home. Everyone felt like friends and family. I couldn't have had a better week.
I was an intellectual property attorney. I worked in a law firm for 10 years after I got out of law school. Then I went into a corporation and I led the department for many, many years. And then I retired in 2020. And I still do a little bit of work. It's intellectual property, patents, trademarks, copyrights with startup and early stage tech companies. And in addition, I fill my time with mentoring law students, mentoring lawyers who are from other countries, immigrants and refugees who have come to the United States who want to be lawyers, and I try and help them get into the profession. I have a garden plot in our community garden, which I love to grow vegetables and things, particularly for my wife. She likes vegetables more than I do. And then I do a little bit of volunteer work at our local performing arts center, ushering as well as ticket taking, and get to see the shows for free. You know, I always had this feeling that I would like surfing because I've always liked the water. And I started, you know, as I said, 2 years ago. It was a little bit later in life, and now it's even later.
My mom didn't surf, but my dad's, well, that was his first time surfing here. Had a great time, lots of fun with it. And after I watched the videos of him doing it, I was like, okay, I want to try this too. Jason was the one who was interested to just feel it at an earlier time in their lives than I did, and therefore have a longer time to enjoy it if in fact he enjoys it. And so I'm really, really happy that he'll have many, many more years of surfing than I will have.
This place not only takes care of the surfers, but they take care of the non-surfer companions very well too. We have a menu of activities we can select from. So I had some tennis classes, I did nature walk, and I also had some spa treatments. So they really take care of us non-surfers very well as well.
Coming into it, I thought, you know, this would be a good hobby. It's maybe a lifestyle, something to pursue for life in terms of it's physical, it's mental, it's spiritual, emotional. And I got here and it turned out to be exactly what I thought it was. So it's amazing.
Oh my goodness. I started surfing when I was little, like maybe 10 years old. My dad taught me. He's never surfed in his life, so I don't know how that worked.
The thing that got me into it was her brothers, and I would go out with them, never catch a wave. And then I thought this was the perfect opportunity to kind of come back on our next family trip at the beach and show them like, hey, like I can hang with you guys too, you know?
Good to see you out the back now, it's nice. You're looking very smooth, nice paddle technique.
My friend took me to New Jersey and stood up and I got bit by the bug, as they say, and it's been sort of a search or quest ever since then.
I had a weekend to myself. I went down the Jersey Shore, took a lesson, loved it, and I've been trying to surf for 14 years, so wanted to see if I could get on better foundation for further progress.
Well, last summer I had a really bad experience and I was really scared, and I felt like I would never learn how to do it. So we basically decided, you know what, we're just gonna try it, and either I'm going to get it or I'm gonna just give up.
I started surfing about 3 years ago. I've been a water person, so I always wanted to surf. I live in Northern California, so it's a little cold and you have to get up a little early, so I had to wait until I was ready to do that before I did that. This is my third time at Surf Simply. I come here because, one, I travel alone and I love that I'm taken care of from the very beginning to the very end of my trip. And the coaching. This year, Deborah and I had Harry.
See the nose lifting, that's good. And we're starting to turn that head to try and get the board to come around. So why is the board not turned?
There was so much advice, but for me, I struggle getting out back. Like, I don't feel comfortable getting out back. And he said, you have a binary decision to make. Either you get on the board and you paddle, or you go back in. And he also gave me permission to go back in if I wanted to, but he was just really empowering, just to help me get out of my, overcome some of my fears of getting out back.
This week it was big, and getting out there was a challenge, but it stretches your comfort.
Like basically in front, a little bit to the left.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can play that game coming a little bit inside, back, inside, outside, inside,
Okay.
outside. Okay?
Okay.
Super fun out there.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, Kwong! You! Remember, steep fast doesn't mean that we have to go fast to pop up.
Right.
I'd rather you secure that wave, secure that rail, go to the peak of destiny, exit on the other side.
Our coach was a Maya. I want to be here when I grow up.
And when we're at the bottom of the wave, whether we're surfing across or straight to the beach, that water's just slipping underneath us, right? There's no traction. But as soon as we start to go further up the wave, we get more and more rail engagement, which means we're disrupting more of that flow of water, which means we're getting more grip and more speed and more stability.
I think the roadblock I always had with surfing was I was always afraid to nosedive. And I think that uncomfortability was like totally solved this week.
Once she has that desired angle, or at least a little bit of angle, she knows she's got the wave, she brings her hands back and she gets into that look, lean, lift position. So that's look down the line, lean on the inside rail, and allow the outside rail to lift.
It's wonderful. I mean, you have appreciation for how hard they have to work every day to do this. But it's wonderful to see them, making progress every day, and also the determination to be able to do it, because it's not easy. And some people comes a little more naturally, but my guys, they're working hard to get there, and it's lovely and just wonderful to see them finally get up on the board and ride a little bit, or even if not, just the fact that they get out there and just enjoy being on the water and with each other, with their friends, and with all the people here. It's just lovely to see.
I don't know if there's a word to even describe it. Awesome is probably as close as I can get. You meet people from such different backgrounds, from different areas, and the staff didn't change that much in 2 years. I have a feeling this is a place that people really, really like to work as well, and you kind of feel that with folks. You felt like you came home again.
Everybody is like so happy to do their job and excited to, help you with whatever you need, give you whatever you need. Big thing for me was the food, because I love to try new things, and all the food all week was so good.
Every single meal was beautiful, beautifully prepared, very tasty, top notch.
Yeah, and the stretching every day, very useful.
Yes, that was a great stretch.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
When we came in, people knew who we were. They welcomed us back. They remembered us from last time. So there's just a really good vibe about everything here.
Such a good environment.
Because the people could not be more warm and supportive, and it just makes you want to keep coming back.
The real problem here, you've got great food, great surfing, wonderful people. I think it's going to be hard to replicate. So for that reason, I'm grateful, but also cursed, I think.
The first day I got here, I said, wow, this is amazing. And then the second day, it was even more amazing. So by the third day, I was completely out of words.
Everybody just really trying to make you happy. That's why I call this a fantasy world, because, you know, this is a great bubble that we get to be in for a week.